Okie dokie, let's actually get something working today. Okay, so quick stream, let's do some work. Let's see, let's do the settings. So, hello, welcome to the stream. Okay, so we're going to quickly knock out overall scalability level. So we have a getter and a setter. And this should be basically the 0 through 3. It should be pretty simple. Let's set up an apply node over here. Let's do a load and apply. Oh, what's my stupid node called? Load and apply initial settings. Oh, okay. So it's disconnected for now. Let's set our overall scalability to 0. Okay, get first. Getter. These will be moved over. Oh man, seriously? I don't know what you're talking about. I was streaming the whole time. I could see it. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, yeah, I forgot to toggle it over. I tend to do that. Let's see. We're currently at quality 3. Set to 0. Let's print out the quality settings again. And it should show 1, 0. Okay. Now we should be at 0, 0. Correct. All right. Okay. So let's set this back to epic. We're still at the low quality like we should be. We restart it, we should be at epic quality. Yeah. So we need to make sure we load and apply. Let's set this back to 0. And it should... Did I not plug that in? No, it's plugged in. Oh, it's still set to... There we go. So that should go from low to high. Yep, okay. So I need a delay in here just so we can see it. Let's do a delay of about 7 seconds. Okay. Let's put this up on the screen for 5. And this on the screen for 5. Let's go and set this back to 0. This right here, to answer your question, for a save function as well, I have a custom node I created, which is this monstrosity, which will basically go through my settings make sure the screen matches what my saved settings are, and then this node itself right here applies them out and saves them to disk. So this master function here basically is what I use to load and save settings, which is this simple little node right here. Okay, so I should have good, wait, and then 0. And there we go, and I applied. Okay, cool. So that worked perfect. 7 seconds was way too long. Let's go to 4. Okay. So we should see 0. Everything's on low. A couple seconds later, everything's on 3 and epic. There we go. Cool. Okay. So my overall scalability level nodes are done. I can record a video for that. Now we have the dirty nodes, which I really don't like. Let's see. GitHub. Oh, which one is it? Game user settings. Okay. So this is like video 30 in a series, but to summarize what it does, you have inside your saved config folder for your platform, you have a game user settings ini file. And this is where everything's loaded and saved from based on all the settings for each node, like getting the full screen mode, getting the resolution, getting things such as 3D resolution, frame limit, and all the other options. That's what this does. So it basically loads and saves them from an ini file, depending on what you tell it to do. And this is all built into Unreal. Yep, and that's why this is the game user settings nodes I'm covering right now. So I did that one. What was I working on? I'm working on dirty right now. So we have 3 dirty nodes: full screen, screen resolution, and VSync. So let's go back to our document. Let's look up dirty, because I have not quite completely understood the 3 dirty nodes yet. I gotta stop selecting stuff too. Okay. Stop. Why is it... See, why are nodes highlighting in yellow? Oh, can you highlight them? Oh, you can highlight nodes in here. I never noticed that. Well, that answers that question. Okay, so back to dirty nodes. Let's see. If the node is... Okay. So it sets it to... Is this the is? You can't set, can you? Can we set dirty nodes? Let's pull out one of my simpler ones like this. Do that. Yeah, you can only full dirties. Oh, shoot, I have the full dirty node. Did I even have that one in here? Ooh, oh, okay, so there are 4 dirty nodes. Okay, so I have 4 dirty nodes to cover. Okay, so go back to our documentation. Screen resolution, full screen, here's straight dirty. Okay, so is dirty is going to simply return back if any of the others are dirty. Let's see if the current viewport. Let's see if we have an engine and we have a viewport and we have a frame. Dirty is equal to if our current resolution size is not equal to the system resolution size. Okay, so that's pretty simple. So what I need to do is we're gonna let's add another redirect down here, because why not? Okay, so I need to get the current one. I need to set a new resolution. So let's set the screen resolution to something like 5,000 by 5,000, because why not? This should dirty the resolution. Let's see. So screen resolution dirty, okay. And then we're going to print string. Now this should print out a true, right? Okay, prints out a true. Now if I was to do nothing, just simply print if it's dirty. Whoa. Okay. 5 setting it to 5,000 was not smart when I have the apply settings node hooked up. Okay. Let's make a more sane option here, shall we? Okay, let's not do 5,000 by 5,000. Okay, let's try that. Okay, and let's do something like, let's do a square, because why not? This at least won't break it. Okay. There we go. So we haven't dirtied the resolution, and this should be 800 by 800. There we go. So that's all it is. Basically, if our current resolution doesn't match the game settings resolution, it'll be dirty. That's what I kind of figured. Oh, 800 by 800 is not good. Oh, it's friggin' 5 by 5. Oh, because it applied it out. All the fun plus the fun part of playing it here. Okay. Let's... should save out properly this time. There we go, 1280 by 720. Okay. So this is the screen resolution. Okay. So the actual question is, all 4 of these nodes are basically the same thing. They just apply. I'm just going to do is dirty. You know what? I only need 1 node to cover these. Full screen resolution desync all. No, dirty is, let me get rid of these. That's what I'm going to cover in the video. But you have your settings. When I first start up the game, it's going to pull these settings out of my INI file. So it's going to say, hey, our current resolution is 1280 by 720. So we're good there. Now, if I was to go in here and run, there we go. And I've got things really messed up right now. Yeah, let's go with some here. Let's show it in use here. I'll have to show it in use in a different way. Stop it. My computer's turning crazy. Basically, you have 2 things. You have the 3 things technically. You have your settings file. This is loaded up on the first time you load your game user settings. You have the game user settings. It's an object that persists in memory that holds your current game user settings. And then you have what's actually real. In this case, the real is my resolution is 1280 by 768. The file shows 1280 by 720. And then if I was to change the game user settings node by doing a set right here, which I'd have to do in here, like this, then the game user settings object will actually be different. It'll be a third completely different thing. So if the screen resolution here for my window, which is 1280 by 768, does not match the game user options, which I'm setting to 800 by 800, that makes it dirty. So basically, if your player decides they want to change the resolution to a different resolution while you're in your settings menu, this is an easy way to check and see if they have decided to change it, but your screen is not actually matching what they've chosen to change it to. So you'll know you'll need to apply the settings. It's a good way of knowing if you need to apply a settings or just cancel out, basically. Has your player done anything? In this case, I would, to put this in actual use, I would find where my resolution combo box is right here. So this right here, I have someone calling me. That's awesome. That makes no sense because I have no idea where it's coming from. Huh. Nope. I don't know who it is. Let's go back to what I was doing. That's funny. Okay. So in here, whenever I change the resolution, I am temporarily changing the screen resolution. So if I was to go into here, and let's go with print string, and then we will get the game user settings, and then we'll do resolution dirty like this, and we'll go ahead and save that out like that. There we go. And then we'll go back to our example down here and unhook it up. We'll go ahead and play. And we have an 800 by 800 because, well, that was my example resolution. So let's go back and set this like this. Okay. So right now we have 1280 by 720 as my current display resolution. And if I was to change this to something else, like this, we're seeing true every single time. Because I'm saying, okay, my current display resolution is 1280 by 720. And my screen right here is 1280 by 720. But no, you know what? I want to change it. I want to make it 1920 by 1080. Now it's saying true. I have a dirty resolution in my settings file. My settings does not match the actual resolution. If I was to go back to 1280 by 720, now it's going to go false because what I want to change it to matches. So in this case, I could do something like 1920 by 1080, and under my accept, it could check and see if it's dirty and then go, are you sure you wish to change resolution to 1920 by 1080? Or are you sure you wish to change resolution? So we basically have a way of doing a confirmation box. In this case, I don't. I just, change it immediately. So that would actually be a good thing to keep it like that. Okay, so that'll be for the screen resolution dirty. So let's hook this up to the other ones for our examples. I think these are good. Actually, I like these. This is a good way of doing that. So we have, here's the full screen type. So we have, what do we have? We have full screen. Where's my dirty nodes? Where'd I have two? Full screen resolution and VSync we need to hook up. So we'll hook this up here. I should only need one of these for the pair. We're going to check and see if full screen is dirty. And if it's dirty, we print out. So now, in theory, if we hit play, right now we have full screen. And then if we change these are all different than what I have now. If I go back to windowed, it should show me false. So why is that not showing me false? Let's see, on change. Oh, because this is the full screen, not the, yeah. I gotta copy this up here to here, because technically windowed is full screen, which is really weird way they did it. There we go. So there we go. Full screen, windowed, full screen, window. There we go. So anytime I'm not in my original setting, which is windowed, it's gonna give me back true. If I'm in windowed, false, because that's what we're currently using. Now I know, for example, I could go like this, hit accept, and it'll be like, hey, are you sure you want to run at 1280 by 720 maximized window? Which I don't during the stream. So that just leads to all sorts of chaos. Okay, so let's go to VSync, wherever I hid that at, right here. Bam. We'll do VSync. We'll use VSync dirty. Dirty. We'll plug, whoop, not is dirty, is VSync dirty. There we go. Okay, I'm having a problem when loading my last settings. It actually applies the settings to the game, but doesn't change the visual settings in the settings menu. How are you loading your last settings? And then we have one master dirty. So where's my designer? Let's do something really cool with the dirty option. Let's do something really cool. I want to do something really cool with the dirty option. Just so people can understand how it works. So let's find our accept button, wherever I hit it at. Seriously. It's in here somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna have to find where I hit it at. Let's see, on, click, accept button. There we go, that's right here. So we're not going to apply, we are going to pop up another menu. That's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna validate, and then we're gonna unhook the apply for now. So let's get rid of that. Go to our designer, and we're going to add a new pop-up. We're going to have to add that to our canvas panel. So we're going to add a new, what do we want to call it? This is going to be a overlay. There we go. And the overlay is going to anchor to the middle. And we're going to auto size it to the middle. Okay. And then we're going to put a vertical image first. Image and a vertical box. And with the image, let's go with the gray color. Go. And it's going to be fill. We make a vertical box. It's going to be fill. In the vertical box, we're going to be a spacer, a text, do another spacer. I don't need any more panels open. Spacer. Horizontal box, which of course a closed panel, and then a spacer at the bottom. Inside of our horizontal box, we're going to go with a button, and a spacer between the two. There we go. There's our box. But I did see your question in terms of for loading the last settings. It applies to settings of the game, but doesn't change the visual appearance in the settings menu. You'd have to let me know how you're doing your loading and applying. Based on what you're saying, I'm guessing what you're saying is when you change something like this. Or no, you're loading. Okay, so you're talking about loading. So when it loads up, it loads it visually, but these thingies don't save properly, or like it doesn't show you what settings you've currently chosen. If that's what you mean, you basically have to go in, and that's what my giant function is for load and apply initial settings. That's what this is for. It basically goes in, and I get the settings. I figure out what setting it is for each one, like this full screen mode. I figure out what it's supposed to be set to, and then I set it. And then I do that for every single possible option for loading. And then that way, whenever I actually change it or auto detect or something. I gotcha. But you basically, if you're going to load up and you need it to visually represent, you have to go back in and do something like pull out your settings and then set your options to that, your combo box or whatever it is. You have to manually go in and set each one so it matches. And that's what all of this does. It pulls out the correct setting, finds the correct combo box or button, sets the correct combo box or button, goes to the next option. And yeah, you have to do that for each one. But if you make it one nice function like this, you can just call it whenever you need it, and it works fine. Unfortunately, UI is a lot of redoing the same stuff over and over. So we don't need this one in here, because we're in here. Okay, so here's my menu. We're going to put a spacer at the top, and go with a 30 spacer at the top. We're going to give this one a left and right padding of 35. I'm just using the forward, I'm using the deferred renderer, so it's FXAA. It's whatever the default settings are inside my project. I'm not really changing any of the AA stuff, it's just how, which AA, 2, 4, 6, etc. The actual times, not the actual type. So, find your settings. This should be set to fill. In the center, there's a button. Put some text on each button. This one's going to be okay. And let's go with yes and no. And this is going to be a 35 between the two of them. I want my buttons to be a fixed size. So we're going to go with 64. No, let's go with a 72. And the height is fine, I don't need to override that. Wrap with the size box. Let's go back to 72. And at least my buttons look the same. There we go. And that's where I missed a spacer at the bottom. There we go. That looks better. Apply new settings, yes, no. Okay. So we're good there. So I just need to hook up my buttons at some point. So we have a apply new settings, yes button. And an apply new settings, no button. There we go. My overlay has a Z order of 10. Make sure it's on the top. Okay, let's see how much this messes up, shall we? Oh, that looks good. That'll work. Okay. So this is going to be my apply new settings overlay. Which technically I need to wrap this around another canvas panel. There we go. .5. Set the canvas panel to 10. Set my ones to 10. There we go. I think I screwed everything up in here, but there we go. I should have everything anchored to the middle. Okay, because I need to do that one, but I need to do an image. I could have done an overlay, couldn't I have? No, because I want that anchored to the middle. There we go. Oops, apparently I duplicated an image somehow. That was pretty cool. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. So this is going to fill. Like that. There we go. And we'll set our color and opacity to something like that. The lower opacity like that. I'll set the black. There we go. Making the background all blurry when this pop-up appears would only be an image shown in the background. You can try using like a post-processing effect. The problem, traditionally you use a post-processing effect. The problem is with UMG, you don't have access to the correct buffer, which makes doing things like a UI with a blurred background really difficult, and I'm not going to do it. It's just as simple as that. It makes it really difficult. And I want this to be hit test, because I want the background to absorb the input. For this one, 15 to be safe. Oh, I did not mean the image to be at 15. I wanted this one to be at 15. There we go. There we go. Yeah, unfortunately, making fancy UIs with UMG is a little difficult for certain things. You can do it, it just takes a lot more work than I'm willing to put into it for this example. Okay, there we go. Now I can't touch the background like I planned, but the buttons still work. Okay, I can still move, but that's expected. Okay, good. That's what I was hoping for. So this is my apply new settings panel, which I'll have to be able to hide and show as needed. By default, we're going to set the visibility to hidden. There we go. Okay, so that's exactly what I expected. Cool. How'd you block any user interaction? Okay, so it's really a pretty simple trick. Basically, I have my background canvas panel. That's where everything's at. And on top of my background canvas panel, I have another canvas panel. I use a canvas panel just so I can position everything. Inside the canvas panel, I have an image. That image is in the background of this layer, basically. It's another paper on another paper. And that image is set to visibility visible. Because its visibility is visible, it can interact with the cursor, so you can click on it. But because it is higher, the Z order of this panel is 10 compared to the Z order behind it, which is going to be set to 0. It will basically accept any input before the background, so it's going to catch everything. And then I have my little overlay here for my plus, my yes and no button above that, so it will take the input. So basically the input will go to this thing, then it'll go to the black background, and then it'll go to the one behind it. But because this is covering everything, it gets blocked. So it's just basically an image that captures everything. And hello, Charles. Okay, I was doing my apply button somewhere in here, right? Somewhere in here? Where'd I put my apply button? It's up here, right? Holy crap, I lost my buttons again. Let's go back to, let's see, clicked accept button. There we go. So what I need to do after I validate and make sure I have good settings is we're going to set the visibility of my panel. And what did I call that? That was the apply new settings panel. There we go. So set the visibility. We'll set my panel to be visible, so now we can see my new panel. So now, if I run this properly, I hit accept, there we go. There's a new panel, it blocks all the input. I can still move because that's the way I designed this, but there we go. Cool. So, you don't have to be sorry for the questions. I'm doing the stream so people can ask questions and I can help them out. and get new ideas. I've gotten, I mean, just for reference, the pause menu, simple interacting and inspecting, saving variables between maps, concept about vehicles, vertex color, and route motion. These are all things that people have asked and suggested I can work on, and I've taken their advice, so I have more stuff to work on. So questions are exactly what I'm here for. So now we do visibility. This is all we need to do. The accept panel is done again. So now we need to code up the accept panel itself. So apply new settings, yes button on click. Apply new settings, no button on click. So the yes, no button is simply going to hide the panel. So apply new settings panel, get, set visibility, and we'll set it back to hidden. We'll test, accept, no, buttons work, accept, no, buttons work. Okay, so we are good there. Now we'll hook up the yes button. So, what am I gonna do for the yes button? I'm gonna make it interactive, and I'm gonna simply apply the settings and set visibility. So, set this back to hidden, and all this is gonna do is apply settings, which is this node here, and then we'll get the game user settings. This, and in theory that button should work. Oh, because it's a stupid execute wire. I wish I could cache this. There we go. And accept, no, accept, yes. Let's set everything up to epic. Let's set it to the low actually. That way I can see the grass go away. Accept, no, accept, yes, grass goes away. Okay, so that works. Oops. There we go. And hello everybody who's hanging out. This will be a shorter stream today. The official Epic stream starts in approximately 50 minutes, and I'm not going to go over that one. So, but to make sure I stream every day, I started, before. So I've got about half an hour or so left where I'm just doing stuff. If anyone has any questions, just feel free to ask. And I don't remember. Oh yeah, so I want to make this special. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy the spacer and put another spacer in right here. And then we're going to put a text block in between the two spacers like that. We're going to go and center it. And we're going to call this the apply settings. Let's go with new settings info. New settings text block. There we go. Let's call it new settings text block. So what we need to do now is go find oh, here we go. Okay, I have so many things in here. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to populate that right here. Of course, there we go. New settings text block. Set text. And what we're going to do is set this to a new array, a new string. So we're going to append string. We're going to build out a string right here. What is Epic streaming today? It's probably more of the C++ stuff, I would assume. Let's find out, actually. Let's see. Epic community blog. Oh, not the blog. Forums. Let's see. Events. Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, I think it's this one. I think I forgot to put the date on here. Oh, here we go. Okay, so our nice Mr. Ian will be covering how to do doors, lifts, and the power of navlinks, which is actually pretty awesome because I just did a door for somebody, and I was going to do another stream on the doors, reusable doors. So that is awesome. So that is what we're covering today: doors, lifts, and the power of navlinks, which are great for on your nav mesh for getting from place to place. All right. Okay. So. I'm gonna collapse this into a function so I can make room here, and we are going to make it pure because we're just giving back data. So pure, and I'll have to execute it up. There we go. And let's see, we're gonna call this get new video settings. Yeah, I'll just call it get new video settings. Okay. So let's go ahead and move stuff out of the way. We're going to get the game user settings. And put this up here. There we go. So we are going to get the screen resolution, and we're going to get the full screen mode, and we're going to get VSync. Oh, stupid. Oh, I hate VSync. Oh, it's an is, isn't it? Is VSync enabled? Yeah. There we go. So these are the three we care about right here. We're going to make a super duper string out of them. So let's split this up. And we're going to convert this. No, we want to, yeah, actually I'll have to cast this, won't I? As a window type. Seriously? There we go. Enum to name. That's what I wanted. Okay. Okay. So we're going to plug that directly in. We're going to do let's just do a small X. We'll do a C. So we have 1920 by 1280. Do we need VSync? You know what? I don't need the VSync. I'm not worried about that one. And then we'll do another pin. And we'll do a space. And then we'll do full screen or window. I'll try that right there. Let's see what this monstrosity turns into. See if it gives me what I want. Okay, accept. Accept. Apparently I broke what I was doing. Any platform on which you announce when you stream. Right now there is not, mainly because I am soft launching it this week. I'm testing, like today for example, I'm testing 1080 instead of 720 for the streaming resolution, seeing if there's any problems and complaints, and I will be testing the rest of the week. I still need to get in streamable, safe copyright content for music. When I announce, more than likely it'll simply be on my Twitter, because that's the easiest place. Unfortunately, right now I'm streaming on Beam, Twitch, and YouTube. So more than likely I'll just announce on Twitter when I'm streaming. But it'll be pretty steady in terms of once I do it, once I figure out the schedule. More than likely it'll be around 9:30 Pacific till when I can do it. Normally 12 or 11, depending on the day. So I broke a button somewhere, didn't I? Yeah, I never hooked this up to set the visibility. Okay, let's try this again. 1280 by... Ooh, that enum is not going to work out well like that. Is there a way to get the enum in a English version? Oh, enum to string might work. There we go. Cool. Apply new settings, 1280 by 720, windowed full screen. I'm going to make that 2 lines. And there's a way, I have to cheat in order to do this, if I can remember right how to do it. I'll keep doing this, because /n is not going to work in here, right? No, I need to copy the code out of a multi-line text box. Which is the stupidest thing in the world. Let's see. Designer. Multi-line text. Wait, straight text box. Yeah, single line. Okay. So where's my multi-line text box? Yeah, because I can do Shift Enter, see, to pull up a space, but then I have to. Oh no! Wait. Oh, I hate doing this. I hate remembering how to do this. Basically, you have to cheat to get a multi-line when you're doing it in code. To answer your question, Richard Moore, I do not do tutoring, so I do not charge for tutoring. I don't do it. I'm more than happy to take requests and record videos for everyone else. I'm more than happy to try to answer questions on stream when I'm streaming, but individual tutoring I do not do. Take literal string. Shift Enter. There we go. So that should be a literal stupid enter. If I remember correctly. Is this gonna get me what I want? No. Gosh darn it. I think because I deleted it on accident. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so it'll work inside the actual box itself now. Okay, that'll work. So we need to find our text block and make sure our text is set to center justification. There we go. Let's go ahead and set. There we go. Apply new settings, 1280 by 720, windowed full screen. Yes. Apply new settings, 1280 by 960, windowed. 1280 by 960, windowed. All right. That's what we wanted working there. So let's clean this up so it's not as ugly. Let's see. That goes back up here. There we go. Convert our current resolution and full screen mode into usable text. There we go. Okay, so that should be done there. Okay. For anybody know how to use send AI message function? How can the AI get the message? I have never used the send AI function. I wish I had. I could help you. However, I don't know if you're a member of the Discord Unreal Slackers group, but if you are, you can always go to, or you're not, you go to unrealslackers.org, which of course I can't type in because of the stupid YouTube not letting me type in URLs. No, maybe it let me. Maybe I can do it. Anyways, if you go to that website, unrealslackers.org, you can join the Discord chat. There's a couple thousand devs that come on and off, and there's usually a couple hundred on at any time, and they are more than willing to help. And there's individual sections for things like AI, and it's a great place to go in and ask questions and collaborate and things like that. I'd highly recommend it if you're looking for questions to answers. Questions to answers. Okay. So let's go back in here. And we have the is dirty nodes. All of that was for the is dirty. That's funny. Ooh. Duh. Oh my gosh. I was in the middle of doing this and I got... Okay. So this text blocks this is an actual thing. There we go. This is where we want to use the is dirty in here as well. So, is dirty, which I pulled off the wrong one, of course. There we go. Because you only want to show it if it's dirty. Because if it's not dirty, we don't need to do this append text. Go and do this. Place is a little bit cleaner now. Okay, so if it is dirty, we want to print this out. If it's not dirty, we are just simply going to return back nothing. There we go. So there we go. Accept new settings, yes or no. And if you've actually changed it, accept new settings. There we go. This is the rest of the dirty note. That's what I meant to do. And that can probably go up a little bit. It doesn't need to be quite down. Return, so both of our return nodes in the same spot. There we go. Okay, so where's my list? I've got 4 videos to record now that are done, so that's awesome. The working settings screen. I just need to wrap up my settings screen now, actually. Good question is, how much of this needs to actually be fixed? So let's finish the background image to be visible. Okay, so we have our options. We have all of our settings in here. Everything works. We can auto-detect properly. That works. We can accept if things are changed. Yeah, so that all works. Actually, I think my settings menu is done. I don't have this one yet. I have to actually learn C++ to do that, which I don't want to do because I don't want to corrupt this. Yeah, I can't get info on Blueprint. I'm just going to leave it like that. These things are different tabs. Let me set up different tabs in here. And then I think I will finish this one up. So let's hide our View Settings panel for now. Here's our Canvas panel. Didn't I have this? Yeah, I have this in a switcher, right? Yeah. Oops. This is my top switcher. So here's my switcher with my first tab. So let's put in a new tab. What do I have in here? Vertical box. So let's add another vertical box. And our switcher. And this will be the gameplay options box. Let's duplicate that out to the audio options box. Okay. Set up our buttons here. Yeah, so where's our buttons? Where are they hiding at? Here we go. And these are set as buttons, right? Yeah, just with blank. Okay. So, graph, video options button clicked. We're going to find our bottom option switcher, which is here. And we're going to set the current widget. Set active widget. Let's just go with. Can I go by index? Would that make it like super simple? Let's try. Okay, so we have video options, gameplay options, and audio options. Gameplay options and audio options, but okay. Let's see if this is the super simple way of doing it. Index 2. Index 1. Let's see. Yep, that'll work. That's a super simple way of doing it. Then I'll have to type blueprints. There we go. Okay. So that was super simple, super lazy. Okay, so I want those ones lined up with down the line. There we go. Let's see, alignment, align right. Alignment, align right. There we go. Our options switcher buttons. There we go. So our options box is done. We have, this should probably be up somewhere else, but it's good for now. So let's just go ahead and throw a text in here, center it, fill. This is where your gameplay options go. That's for 32. Copy the text, paste it under the audio box. This is where your audio, that's Autito. Audio options go. There we go. So we have gameplay. There we go. And we have a fully working video menu, which is what I want. Okay, well, then I can do a concept video on this one. So I've got 5 videos in the queue now. Okay, so for the most part, that's what I'm going to be doing for the day. Let me check out audio quality while I'm here. I don't think I should be using it. I really don't know why there's an audio quality in the game user settings. And it's got no friggin' tooltip. That's lovely. Audio quality, that doesn't help. Let's see, audio quality level. Oh, okay, it sets one friggin' variable, that's it. Okay, so what? Oh, so the audio device is friggin' audio quality. Seriously, where? I hate options like this where it's completely pointless. Yeah, so it's just a friggin' variable in the header, isn't it? Which means I have to go here. Nope. Okay, where the hell's the audio quality at? Crap. I hate finding stuff I can't find. Oh well, you know what? I can just audio quality. Am I spelling it wrong? Audio. Okay, am I spelling this wrong? Where's my files at? Set audio quality level. Audio quality. Okay, it's in here somewhere. Oops. Sound node quality level. Sound node uses game user all quality to choose which branch to play. Okay, so it's part of the sound node. Part of the game user settings. So it's part of the sound. It's a sound node. Oh, let me open up my playground. I don't want to screw up these files. Let me. Give me a sec. Let me save this out. Let me find my playground. Let's see. Do I have any sound nodes in here? There we go, sound class. So let's see. Nope, I don't. Give me. Stupid. It's not a mix, is it? No. Seriously? Does it sound cute? Yeah. Oh, okay, so interesting. Choose which branch to play, and at runtime will only load in memory sound waves connected to the branch will be selected. I have no more nodes here. What the hell? Wave. Okay. I only have the default node. There's no. Is there another way to add more nodes in here? What the hell? Give me. I did see the. Let's see. Can you make a series tutorial for a save game system with checkpoints? Can you give me a little bit more of an example of what type of thing you're looking for? I mean, you could do. The checkpoints could be a simple mobile game where you have 10 different levels and it keeps track of what level you're on. Or it could be, you know, an RPG where there's checkpoints after certain conversations and it saves everything. A little more detail on what you're looking at, and then I can go from there and give you more information. So I can try to figure out why this doesn't work, because it doesn't. Does not work. I guess I'm missing. Class doesn't have qualities. Wave. Okay, so here's Q, which is exactly like it should be. Random sounds, not a problem. There's a wave file. What the hell? There is no quality settings in here. Because if I was to do a quality level and then did it like that, that would be fine. Oh, stupid thing. Let's see. My content. Let's pull up. This will work. Let's get settings. Set quality level. Oops. Set quality level. Set audio quality level. Let's see. Damn it! Give me the setter. Set audio quality level. Well, that's half pointless. Only for games. This list, this is the list of all the completed ones. This is my list of to-do stuff. Stuff I have either requested in yellow or stuff I plan on working on in green. And then anything I have flagged as a star here are things I have the actual project done and I'm working on next. So right now, for example, I'm finishing up settings. Then I have a drag and drop in a pause menu. Then I'm going to go back to my utility transforms next week. But in the meantime, still do anything else as people requested. So yeah, I got like 140 things still to do that are actually on my to-do list. Some of them I may not be able to do. Some of them are art related that I simply may be incapable of doing. Some of them are ones like the sound classes. I didn't plan on covering until 4.13 because it changed them dramatically. Some of them like the game mode and game state are actually changing in 4.14. So I need to do those when 4.14 comes out. And some of them just don't work. Some of them are halfway implemented, which makes it a little bit difficult to actually work on. Like these, this one doesn't seem to work at all, which is really weird. So yes, that's a lot of stuff to do. But this makes no sense. It sets the int, it reads the int inside of here for the quality level, and it just returns it. This is actually just the node itself. Okay. Audio quality, generated body. Minimum and maximum child nodes. Reconstruct it. Okay. Parse nodes, audio device, takes an audio in and passes it through. So all this is going to do is pass an audio in, but I have no way of adding in. Where'd that file go that I lost? Oh, it's not a mix. It's a cube, right? Yeah. I have no way of modifying the quality level. Okay, well, I'm going to mark that one down as broken. And then I'll have to do some more research on it. Possibly broken. Node in the sound queue does not allow multiple inputs or quality levels. Okay. So I'll flag that one for later. But yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap it up. I don't see any more questions. Osama, in regards to your save game system, I will hang out and chat for a little bit. Feel free to let me know in more detail what you're talking about in terms of a save game system with checkpoints. I do have one set up for doing advanced save slots, but that's basically a simple save system where you can actually have like save game 1, 2, and 3, like a classic game. And I do have one in regards to saving variables between maps, so like using the player state or the game state. I've done the save game object itself, which is how you would save things. So making a save game system with checkpoints, it just depends on your definition of a checkpoint. Honestly, it's not really going to be any different than any other saving system. You just have to define your checkpoint somewhere and just make something that saves. So at some point you have somewhere a function that's called save everything, and it saves everything. And then you just define your checkpoints. So at some point you talk to somebody, call save everything when it's done. Or you beat a level, you save everything. So the next time you load it up, it knows what levels you beat. But I'll hang out and chat for a little bit. If you have more information, feel free to let me know. Other than that, everyone else have a good evening, day, wherever you're at. And then feel free to watch the official Epic stream on Twitch in about 20 minutes or so if you If you like watching Ian make some awesome stuff,